Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 12. That's one of my lucky numbers, by the way. 12, Tom Brady. What can I say? Episode 12 of the Game Changers. Episode 12, y'all. That is 3 months, 3 whole months. It's just so wonderful to have my partner Carla here tonight. We have a guest that we're going to get to. We do want to thank the Sports Affiliation for letting us do this show every week and supporting us. The whole gang there, JC, Iggy, the entire crew is so supportive. We really appreciate that. We hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Kind of glad it's a little glad that it's over, but it got really cold here today. I don't know about you guys. It was like 19 degrees tonight on my way home. I don't like that. But anyways, there were also some, football games on over the weekend, and that was really fun. So hopefully everyone had something to be thankful for during the holiday. And speaking of thankful, we are so thankful to have our guest this evening, who is a rock star. Speaking of her, Carla, would you like to introduce our guest?
Of course, Wendy. How are you tonight?
I'm
Did
good,
you
thank you.
did you watch our first Thanksgiving football this time?
Yes,
Did you?
yes, yes.
It was really interesting. I loved it. Miss Linda, I don't know her personally, but I cannot wait to know more about her tonight. This is episode 12. Oh my God. I who knew we would be here,
People are
right?
still watching, are they?
I don't know. That's amazing. We had wonderful game changers for 3 consecutive months, but we did it. We are here. So, like I said, I've never met Miss Linda personally, but I'm eager to hear more about her journey. As per Twitter, she loves beer, she loves sports, and swear words. My kind of girl. She's lover of sports and fun as it can get. How are you tonight, Miss Linda?
I'm doing really well, and I tried not to interrupt to say that that intro song went incredibly hard. I don't know if you guys saw me backstage, but it made me do like full pouty face vibing. That was excellent. Extra.
JC takes care of us, man.
Dude.
I hope you still
Like I
love us.
remember it being good, but being behind stage and like I'm
You
amped
get,
up.
you
I'm
get the
ready to
full
go.
effect now.
Yeah. Yeah. Walkout music. It was great.
Well, last week when I introduced you as our next guest, I said Lindel Godfrey because that's who you are. But I knew that nobody was going to know who that was, so all I had to do was say, Linda Lyons, and everybody knew. So my question is, how did you get that Twitter handle? First of all, Linda Lyons.
Okay. So this story is stupid. Okay. It's it a guy I hung out with in college. We partied together a lot. He called me Lindelians all the time. Permanent nickname. I loved it. I never had a nickname. Always just Lindel, no nicknames. And so I made it every single handle you handle. Instagram, game like my gamer tag, everything. And then years later, my buddy that I commissioned my home league with said to me one day when we were hanging out, "You know it looks like Lindell Lyons, right?"
And that's
And
how I said it.
I said, "What?" And then I started casting, and nobody knew how to pronounce it. And I was like, "Oh, fucked up." Okay. So, I don't and I don't know, I
I
just
was worried,
whatever.
like, I know she's not a Lions fan. I am sure she's not a Lions.
I'm in a league with all Lions fans because they all followed me because I was a Lions
Of the
fan.
name.
And in fairness, Lions are America's team now, but like
True.
it's it's caused a lot of confusion, and that's on me. I can't do anything now about it. It's too late. The ship has
That's
sailed.
right. Yep. That, like I said, everybody knew. The kicker queen, of course. So the part two to that question is your first name actually Lindell, and why do you have Linda if that is the case?
That is a classic case of I overcommitted to a bit, and now I can't reverse that bit. So it's just like, okay, call and order food. I'm gonna get any variation of names. Wendell, Kendall, Lydell, but I get Linda frequently. I'll sign off on emails. Thanks, Lindel, and they'll be like, Linda. Here's my question. And I'm like, I'm not misspelling my name. It's on you. And so when I had like 300 followers and only tweet, like it was like all people I went to school with, I changed it to Linda as a joke. And then I found fantasy Twitter and I never changed it. And now here we are.
All right. Well, not everybody knows that your name is actually Lindel, so
For
you all
sure.
heard it here first.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful
That shocks
name, though.
people a lot. Thank you. It was my grandfather's middle name. So
I love
wow.
it.
I give my mom shit a lot for that one. I'm like, nobody knows how to say it, Mom. She's like, well, I think it's pretty. I'm like, pretty,
It is
but
pretty.
damn
It's
it.
pretty. It is pretty. It's
But
pretty.
it's okay. We can call you, whichever one though, right? We can call you Linda or Lindel.
I will respond to all of it.
Okay.
Does it mean something, Lindel?
Not that I know of. Not that I mean, it was my grandpa's middle name, but beyond that, I have no idea.
That's really interesting.
We just rock with it. There was a boy named Lindel in high school. A lot of people were like, I know a boy named Lindel. I was like, no.
I don't think I know anyone named Lindel except for you.
Never.
You're one of a kind.
Unique.
Absolutely.
You're special. One of a kind. We agree on that.
Yeah, some people might agree also, but like in a negative, like derogatory. So.
No, I like that. So Lindel, what got you into Fantasy Life magazine, and how did you become a kicker ranking with Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life?
Man, I just cornered a market that had very little traction. Obviously, Denny Carter does kicker stuff, and then Jen at 4for4 crushes kicker content, and you can find it, but like a very niche market. And I'm into special teams. I love when they run a trick play or have a really good punt or kick a field goal that should not have been kicked and make it. Like, all of it's fascinating to me, and it's a part of the game that like I tend to love things that I feel like not enough people love. The color yellow, because I feel like not enough people love the color yellow.
Nice.
And like I'll pick the color that I think nobody else is going to pick. That kind of, I had to nourish them. They needed nourishing, kickers did. So that's kind of like why it happened, but I just stuck with it. And Barry met one day on Twitter and was like, do you have time for a call? And I was like, yeah. I'm like at work. I like go get my boss. I'm like,
Matthew Berry. Yeah.
He's like,
I got time.
My boss is incredibly supportive. The other day we were getting coffee in the morning and we were talking about something, and he was like, that's great, but I work with my mom. He was like, I need to talk to your daughter about kickers though, because he plays fantasy football. So he was like,
man,
we'll
that's
talk
perfect,
about work in a
though,
minute.
isn't it?
Yeah. He's like, we'll talk about work in a minute. So Barry called me and offered me a spot, and I would have been a crazy person to say no. So
and the rest is history.
This was my second full year, so it's been great.
Wow, that's awesome. See, that's what makes you different.
Yeah.
Game
changer.
That moniker is really sticking tonight.
And we're so lucky because like every week we have a game changer in what you've done. And I'm sure like you probably have people DMing you on the daily because you know what? I did it. I'm like, hey, I'm drafting. Who do I get for this kicker? Does that drive you crazy or do you love it?
It doesn't drive me crazy at all. Like I love when people ask. I love it even more when I'm right. So it's great for me most of the time. It becomes like a thing where I'm like worried about the advice that I gave instead of how my individual teams are doing. But I know I miss questions because I try to, like Sunday mornings, I know I'm going to be priceless most of the day. So I try to spend as much time, like make a big breakfast, hang out with my kid, do like family stuff. So I know I miss stuff because during football season, it's the 4 days a week, plus I watch college football, that I'm like, yeah, I gotta do the. And so I know I miss stuff because I'm trying to like balance everything. So they're great and I answer as many as I can, but I know people are like, she didn't answer me. Sorry.
Oh man, you know what though? I think that most people do understand. You might have a
Oh
small
yeah.
amount, but I mean, I see you talking to people all the time. So, I'm sure that it's not too bad, but I appreciated it and it kind of bloomed into a great friendship. And
Yes.
so sometimes that's how that happens.
It's my favorite.
And a
I love it.
poke fan on.
So you've been playing fantasy about 10 years?
Yeah, probably 10. I don't know. Time is irrelevant. It's so none of it makes any sense. I'll be like 4 years ago, but actually it was 2002. So I I think it's been about 10 years. I remember my daughter's almost 9, and I know she was born, my dad wanted me to do a league and because they like needed a person. And I was like, I like work, I don't I can't you can't just be like, can you draft tomorrow at
Yeah.
7? No, I wait tables. 7 o'clock's pretty busy. And so he drafted my team. I like managed it all season, and that was I like ate that up, waiver wires and all of that. But I didn't watch a lot of NFL then. And so then when I was like, oh, like the fantasy bug bit me before the NFL bug ever bit me. And like probably 2 years into it, I was like, all right, red zone and like I'm going to make it my whole personality. It'll be fun for everyone.
So
It
were you
wasn't fun for everyone.
No,
By the way.
it didn't work out the way you planned.
But it's fun for me.
Yeah, so your plan worked for you.
Mhm.
So how many managed leagues do you think you're in right now? Do you know?
I could guess probably 13 managed leagues and
Yeah.
then several best ball leagues. But I got carried away when I found fantasy Twitter and we played Dynasty and I was like, I'm gonna play Dynasty. And then it
Yeah.
turns out that I don't like Dynasty and I'm not good at it and I don't
Thank
find it
you.
entertaining at
Thank
all.
you. It's horrible. I can't stand it. I went out.
Yeah, trades give me panic attack. They're like, do you wanna? I'm like, mm-mm. I ask 40 people, should I do this? No. And then they'll be like, yes. And I'm like, but
Yeah.
what if you guys are wrong? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not fun to be in a league with. I'm not good at it. I have
That's
like
how I feel
3
like.
dynasty
Yeah.
leagues that like I have
Oh
1
boy.
dynasty best ball league, but I have like 3 leagues that are like a little set up a little different or whatever with like friends that I'm like I can do this. And I'm actually doing really well in 2 of those, which is ridiculous, but just was not for me. So in 2021, I probably had 30 leagues that I was trying to manage because I was not good at saying
Mistakes were
no.
made.
Yeah, a year and a half into fantasy football, like content and all the like Twitter and everything, I was like, okay, you have to learn to say no. We had to come to Jesus meeting. I was like, you can't say yes to everything. I was doing 2 podcasts a night every night of the week. We want you to join this. Okay, it's a charity league. Okay, it's this. Okay, I'll do it. Like, I had to like set a boundary for myself and stop saying yes to everything. So now, 2 years after I had a problem, I think I'm in a pretty good area at
Good.
12 or 13.
I
I feel
I
okay about
need
it.
I need to back up though because I've never heard of Dynasty Best Ball.
Oh yeah.
What is the difference?
I mean, you just don't
It's
we
just the
have
same people.
yeah. We run 2 waiver wires, one at the beginning of the year and one at the end of the year. So
Okay.
there's no waiver thing at the in between everything. And then I'm sure I'm forgetting some of the rules because it's messy, but a group of my buddies were like, you got to do it. And then I traded up into the first round and took Justin Herbert and Josh Allen. So now I'm like, I'm not leaving this league. My league name is My Two Dads, or my team name. I'm
Well,
committed to that
I
one.
will say that best ball is the way to go. Sometimes I enjoy that just because I like that Ronson set it and forget it shit. Okay. Yeah. I like my managed leagues and I love the leagues that I'm in, and I'll do the best balls all day long though.
Yeah, when I found Bell, it made quitting Dynasty a good jillion times easier because my favorite part of fantasy football is the draft. I like to draft. And so I was like, yeah, I'll join your Dynasty League. And then I was like, okay, mock drafts like kind of take the edge off, but not really. It's like when you need a tequila shot, you're like, I should probably just have a beer. And but best ball drafts, those do it for me. I'm not very good at best ball. I think I'm better at managed leagues, but I do love it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. The draft is really so much fun and the best part of best ball for sure. And I like it when there's even like some chat going on during the season. I think you're in Battle of the Sexes, aren't you?
I am. I was doing
Yeah.
really well till last week. Last week was bad.
Are you
Last
gonna
week
be?
was pretty bad for me across the board from a fantasy standpoint. So,
Well, you know what? It was either really good or really bad because there were some players that just blew up this week, and if you didn't have them, you were gonna lose.
well, I officially got eliminated from the playoffs in my home league, which was, of course, my most important. It's like dudes I went to high school with. We talk a lot of shit. There's a newsletter that comes out every week that the commissioner like writes, and we post it. And like we take it pretty seriously. And then this week I got Kyron Williams back, and I was like, okay, I love this game. Is really, and last week I had A-Chain back, and I was like, I got this in the bag. And then I lost. My buddy texted me, and he was like, "Damn, that's tough." Like, don't talk to me. don't patronize me.
You don't think he was actually really concerned for you?
No, I do not. I do not.
Linda, you mentioned that your daughter is almost 9. When is her birthday?
It's it. Well, she just turned 9 in May.
Oh,
Oh,
She's
she already turned 9 in May?
yeah, yeah. And but as soon as she turned 9, she started telling me, "I'm almost 10." I was like, "Take a seat."
You're kidding
Take a
me.
little step back. I'm
They
almost
grow
10,
up so
Mom.
fast. We saw
Ugh.
someone today, Jim Coventry. His daughter Sophia just turned 15 as well. So happy birthday to his daughter. He's gonna come and for our show in December as well. So we can't wait to host him. But talking about your daughter, would you, as a mom, would you want your kid to be in a fantasy football and industry? Why yes? Why no? Yes or no?
Man,
You want her to be part of it?
she's pretty sensitive, and I don't say that lightly. I love her. She's an empath. It's why she doesn't do like we tried soccer and she would like stand next to anybody that fell down. She's like, wait a minute. She is incredibly empathetic. And I
Yeah.
don't know that any online culture where you're like pushing against a narrative, in particular in this case where like women don't know about sports or they can't talk about football or whatever the hell people say. I worry that she would be like, what? And I don't
I am like
I don't
that,
know.
so I don't
But
think I'm so much.
she also has a mean streak, so it could
Yeah.
turn into like, I'll kill you. And so in that case, go for it, girlfriend. She wants to be
wonder
a
where she gets
veterinarian.
that streak
So I
from.
hope she chases the veterinarian dream over the fan content dream.
Did you have any bad like contact with anyone that you want to protect her in some way, shape, or form from the industry that you don't want your girl to be part of it
Well, I've just had, I mean, there's
as a
yucky.
woman?
Yeah, it can be yucky. I've been very lucky. I have honestly an incredible experience online. I would
Yeah.
say 70% of the time it's great, and the other 30% is like, how did we get like who raised these people?"
Yeah.
And those are the people I'm like, I don't want her to ever. She's so innocent still. I mean,
Yeah.
got
Yeah, that
she's
age
not that
shit.
innocent, but she's a little innocent. So
So
I just want to protect her from that.
does she
We don't do
watch games?
online.
Does she watch games at all with you?
Well, this year she's doing Scott Fish's son Ian did a
Oh yeah,
Ian
yeah.
Fish. And so they
Yes.
had like different age brackets. And so she's doing I think it's like 8 to 9-year-olds.
Oh,
And I
that's
think we're in
awesome.
second place. And
Heck
so she like
yeah.
did her draft. And it was like pure vibes. She'd be like, "Is he good?" I'm like, "They're all good, dude. It's an 8-person league. Everybody is good." And
Everybody's team's
so
gonna be good.
I was like, "We're gonna look at colors, names, like all of that." Her dad, I fucked this up, but her dad is a Chiefs fan. And
Oh.
so
I'm a Chiefs fan.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
well, I'm
sorry.
a Broncos fan, so it's not my fault. But she totally bought into the Chiefs, especially right now because we're Taylor Swift fans and like the Travis
Oh
Kelce Taylor
yes.
Swift thing
Heck
is
yeah.
eating up our time every day. She's like, "Is there any new footage?" I'm like,
I
"No, but I'll
love
show
your
you,
daughter.
bro." Yeah, yeah. So we're very into that right now. But like she's been like last night during the game, she was like, I knew teams were like where they were from and stuff. So she's like learning names and like she's kind of buying in. We're getting there. I'll take it.
That's
She
nice.
That's
still
so
thinks I'm like
cool.
to like sit in the room with me while I watch a game. She's like, this is not fun. But
Oh, do you like yell and scream possibly at the TV
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
do?
I do. Not so much on Sundays, but when my college team plays, it's bad. Like
And do you do
sometimes
any
I'm like,
rituals?
somebody's gonna call the cops for
Yeah.
sure.
No rituals, Lindel?
Oh yeah. Oklahoma State played Saturday, and they were down 24-6, and I changed shirts and we won. So
Oh, is that what happened?
it did happen. My mom said though that when she was playing her Tetris game on her phone, they were playing well, but when she looked up from her phone, they didn't play well. So she played Tetris the entire
So
second half.
why are you an Oklahoma State fan as opposed like
So
why aren't you an
Just
Oklahoma fan?
I just want to tell you that Wendy never watched for Brady. She's a Brady fan and she never watched
Yeah,
the
I haven't seen
movie.
it yet. I
Did
know
you did
I'm
you
such a
stop? Did
terrible
you
wife.
I have to watch that. It looks
you
See,
didn't
she
yet?
hasn't watched it either.
okay, but
Oh,
I'm a
you
movie
guys.
watcher. I can watch 12 hours of a TV show. I am absolutely put out by sitting down for an hour and a half to watch a movie, and
Oh,
that's
that is
something I
so
need to deal
funny.
with.
It's
But
really
So,
cool.
I can't. I'm a bad movie, but I do want to see that.
did
Yeah.
you go to Oklahoma State?
So this kind of also ties into the kicker thing. My dad kicked at Oklahoma State.
Oh, I
Um,
think I remember that.
yeah, and it's so it was like I was already. We lived 45 minutes away from the home base of Stillwater, Oklahoma, where Oklahoma State's at. So it was also a trip for my mom to like make with us, and we went to like soccer games, cowgirl basketball, cowboy basketball, football. I've watched golf and cross country on TV. Like it is, I'm all Oklahoma State athletics. Um, but yeah, it's definitely my dad went there, and then being in such close proximity. My mom is an Oklahoma State fan. My grandpa gave like buckets of money to them before he passed away. So I've got to sit in cool seats and been given gifts and met people, and it's just so much a part of me at this point that like
Do you
I'll
still go to
cry
games? Do
over.
you still go to
Yeah,
games now? Do you? Oh,
yeah.
that's so fun.
And I went to Bedlam, and it was Go Pokes. It was a reunion game for the 1983 team that he was on, and
Oh,
like Jimmy
cool.
Johnson coached that team, and so Jimmy Johnson was there that weekend, and we got to like sit up in the suites, and like it was dope. My dad got to go down at
Heck
halftime on the
yeah.
field, like, "You're gonna come," and I was like, "No, I'm not. You got it." But so it was cool to like be there for that for sure.
I'm
It's
supposed
dope.
to ask you something though. You know, Erica
Yes,
is a
Go Pokes.
huge fan. She wants to know how you feel about Alex Hale being snubbed for the Lou. I don't know.
Groza.
Groza? Okay, what
Yeah.
is the deal with that? I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, the college football kicker association, that's not real. That's not a real thing. But Will Reichard out of Alabama has been a favorite for like 3 years. His sophomore year, he had a perfect season. He didn't miss any kicks. Everybody decided then, like, this is the man of the future. And like since then, he's been fine. He's been a good kicker. He's a kicker you want on your college team. College kickers are so wonky. It could be so bad if it's not good. And so like he's a consistent kicker. I'm not surprised he made the list, but like Alex Hale leads the nation in made field, but he's missed enough that I'm not necessarily surprised he's not on the list. It's just that Oklahoma State sputters in the Reds. They're the saints of the freaking NCAA. And so we have to get points some way. It stinks. Alex Hale, by the way, a fascinating human. He is Australian, played soccer growing up, and then he won like a wakeboarding championship. And then he was like, I'm going to move from Australia to Stillwater, Oklahoma, and I'm going to learn how to kick a football for a college team. So,
Whoa.
what a journey.
Yeah, that one just like took my breath away. Seriously?
Yep. Wild journey.
That's
I
amazing.
can imagine going from Australia to Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, I know that you played golf when you went to college, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's why probably most of the reasons I didn't end up at Oklahoma State at some point.
That makes sense. They don't have a good golf team. Is that what you're saying, or they do?
They have an incredible golf team.
Oh, so you're saying you're not good enough?
Okay. I got a scholarship at an NAIA. It's now an NCAA Division II, but at the time it wasn't even NCAA.
You take that scholarship, girl. Yeah, you take that scholarship.
The town had 2 stoplights. I'm not exaggerating. You either worked in the oil field or you were in college. Like it was tiny. And I partied way too hard and got asked to leave after 2 years. So
shocker.
I know. It surprised everybody, really.
Well, I know Carla's got some questions, but just with the golf thing, actually, I do want to mention our little majors group that we have. We started a chat. They invited me in, and I know nothing about golf. Okay, I don't. I know a little bit more now. Hey, I won one week. I'm no slouch. Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
So it's you, me, Royal Slade, Bo McBrayer, Connor with one N, Coughlin, and Toronto Dave. And
Connor with one N.
And we still have that chat open, and at any moment, people are popping in and putting stuff up there, and I absolutely love that. And I had so much fun with you this year, so thank you for that.
Oh, I had a blast. I do those a lot. The like fantasy golf that we did. That's the first time that we've ever just like, let's run it back for every major. And so it was a blast. It was a blast for me as well. We're going to do it again.
Oh yeah. You're going to have to physically remove me from that chat. Okay.
Oh, you're not going anywhere, girlfriend.
So Lindel, I heard that you and Wendi met at the expo. So I have a really interesting question for you. I'm bringing Zumba to the expo.
Oh,
Are you a Zumba dancing? Are you a Zumba dancing kind of girl or a lifting kind of girl? And would you do Zumba with me at the expo?
I'm a sit on the couch kind of girl, but I am not opposed to Zumba.
All right, you got one, Carla.
I would rather dance that it will whoop my ass, but I would rather do that than ever like go for a jog or like lift something.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
We'll do some dancing.
I have my peeps. I have my peeps ready. I'm so happy with that. I can't wait. I can't wait to see
How early in the morning
I was just going to mention, like, could that be a problem if it's early?
How early in the morning do you
I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in the afternoon, maybe late at night with a cup of wine or something, because I don't believe everyone is going to wake up early.
Drunken Zumba. Okay.
I barely made it. I barely made it to 9:30 a.m. draft, so I was just making sure this wasn't like a 6 a.m. sign up.
Well, if it is, Carla's going to be there by herself. I can tell you that.
We could stay up all night.
I'm a teacher. I wake up at 6 o'clock, Lindel.
Well, I know. I saw you in the Queen. You were drafting for the Queen's Classic, and you were a little overheated. I saw you out in the hallway. You were taking a break. What was going on?
Oh my!
Hopefully
I
not
was so
being like
hungover.
you.
I was so hungover. Excuse me.
And
That
you're gonna go to Zumba?
yeah. Well, that's why I asked what time it was. I'm fine by 2 p.m., but at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
not well.
You were even like,
And
I gotta go outside and get some air. I'm like, okay, bye.
it was really hot in that building. Plus,
It
I was drinking a
was.
Bloody Mary, and it was spicy.
We need to talk to Bob about that and then schedule, like everything after
I
after
can't ask
12
any
months.
favors of Bob. He was so mad that we weren't there early. Like 3 of us walked in late. We were like, "We're here." The boys had already started. We were like, we're coming."
Yeah.
My bad. It wasn't just me. I'm not gonna
Oh
throw
my
anybody
God.
on the bus, but I was not the only one.
So
Talking talking
how
about
did you? Yeah, go ahead, Carla.
go ahead, Wendy.
I just want to know how'd you get invited to this Queen's Classic, because this is like the first one, and like you're royalty, man. How did that happen? Did Bob Lung come to you in a green jacket and ring your doorbell? And
Man, Bob messaged like a group of us and was like, "Do you like would you guys be interested in doing this? And if so, who else would you be interested in doing? Like, who else should we ask?" And we got to 14 pretty quickly. Um, and I just heard I was like, I don't know. And like I was like, we're staying like I'm not gonna be by the Hall of Fame. And like he's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, well, I don't need to do it. He was like, you gotta do it. I was like, all right. So I did it. But it
how
ended
is
up
your
being a
team? How
blast.
is your team doing?
Started really good, and now I'm on a 4-game losing streak, but there's a Sam Holt's in first place, and she's got like 8 wins, which is great at this point in the year, especially in a 14-team league. And then I don't remember who's in second, and then there's like a clump of us in third. And
So you still got a
so
chance.
yeah,
Man,
but I should have won this week, and I didn't.
What is that?
Puka
What
Nakua
happened?
falling off has I had Puka in that league, and so when it started, I was like, I'm a genius. But we had the week, and then Matt Stafford injury, or vice versa, but Matt Stafford injury bye week, and then like last week it was like, and I have Cooper Cup and Puka Nakua, so I'm like, I'm gonna put you both in every week because I'll be pissed if you put up third on my bench. But I really need something. I really need something.
So saying
It'll
all
be
this,
fine.
are you a good winner, sore loser? Can you be both? Or do you divide the word into winners and losers? And where do you place yourself?
I always say that I'm a bad winner because I will talk shit after I win. Like I'm gonna be obnoxious about it. But I'm a far worse loser. I'm not gracious about losing.
So if
When
somebody
Oklahoma
gives you,
State's when Oklahoma State's playing bad and people tag me and be like, "Oh, but she's not having
oh
fun,"
no,
I'm like, "I'll kill you, dude. What do you? Of course, I'm not having fun." I get like, I get like really mad. I have to tell people, I'm like, "Please don't do that. I
you
don't like
should
that.
you need to get that out in the public so everyone
I don't like
knows.
that."
Do not message her shit when Oklahoma State is losing. People, okay? Pass
So I'm a
it
bad
along.
winner and
Wendy,
bad loser.
Wendy won everything. So we don't know what she won. So we're gonna tag her so we can get everything from her. We know that she is a winner right now. So we are we're on to her right now, Lindel. So just
I,
saying.
Yeah.
I'm a winner just being here with you ladies.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
stop
you. But
it.
It's
you're gonna take
true.
that part that you just won from JC. Just saying.
I know it was the Dan Marino card. I saw that. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yep. See?
So you're an
Oh.
avid reader. I know you read a lot of books. So what kind of books do you read?
Oh my God. Okay. I read romance, like contemporary romance and like romance books. That's what I read. Occasionally I'll try fantasy, but it better have a romance subplot or I'm not fucking reading it. I need that. That's what I'm like, this book is fake dating and it's a brother's best friend and it's a small town. And then my next book, I'm like, it's fake dating, brother's best friend. It's a small town. Like every book is just tropes. And it's like an escape, I just click it open and I'll read for like last night it was 1:00 in the morning and I was like, oh no, you gotta go to bed. It's like you're working again. And because it's not Thanksgiving anymore. But right now I'm reading all Christmas themed books because I started that on the 1st of November.
Oh,
and I haven't stopped.
goodness. You take advantage of that whole 2 months, huh?
I love Christmas. Yeah. Well, and that's what like all these books are like Hallmark movies, but with spice. And spice is like a thrown around word for sex on page.
Okay,
You're like,
so have you read any
yes, girl.
Have you read any of Janet Ivanovich's series?
No, but we talked about Janet when we first started being friends, and she is on my TBR, which is an ever-growing list of books that maybe one day I'll pick up. It's like on there. I scroll past it.
She's great. I've read, I know it's like 1 through 30. I haven't read all of them. I stopped at about 24. But with the things that you've been explaining of how you like these books, I think you would really enjoy that series. It's the Stephanie Plum. So yeah, put it at the top of the list.
Okay, I'll move it. But I got to finish December with Christmas books.
Okay, yeah, no, totally fine. Yep, I get it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I loved, and people are like, you're probably smart, huh? And I'm like, no.
I love to read too.
That's not what I'm reading.
You know what, Carla, the thing is people don't seem to read a lot anymore. I know I don't, with the electronics anymore. It's so sad. So it's really nice that you still read books. Yes. I don't.
I'd like to say that I have to take a TikTok break after like a couple chapters. I'm like, I'll watch TikTok for 15 minutes. And then I'm like, all right, put that down. We'll go back to the book.
Yeah, I read and write. I write my own stuff, so I love
it. Yeah, but you're smarter than we are.
Do you do NaNoWriMo in November?
I love reading and writing, so it's something I love to do. And
I have a bunch of books about. Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah.
Do you do NaNoWriMo?
No,
do you do NaNoWriMo?
My stuff is more the Arabic stuff. So I come from Lebanon. So I know Gibran Khalid Gibran, and I know like the Lebanese authors more than the American authors. So it's kind of different for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you should read Gibran as well. You will love it.
I'll have to send it to me.
I'll send it to you. You will love his book. You will love his book.
Okay, perfect. Look, see that? Book friends.
Yes.
Oh, but
the game changers, bringing people together.
The hilarious thing is I'm in a group chat with several men who play fantasy football and read like high fantasy novels, like high fantasy. And they're like, have you guys read this? Did you read that? And I'm like, do you ask for any rom-com suggestions? They haven't kicked me out yet, so every once in a while I'll just say some dumb shit.
You can DM us later and tell us who's in that. We want to know.
Yes, please. Hi, Toronto Dave.
Yeah, Toronto Dave.
Lindel, if you can keep 3 possessions for the rest of your life, just 3 possessions, what would they be and why?
Man, I don't really like my Kindle, my phone, and my debit card. Does that
I think those don't even need an explanation.
Like the Kindle, we know why. You want to read some books. Check.
Yeah, and I need to be able to get on Twitter, the hellscape of a website, so gotta have the phone.
It's
My
hard. It's hard
bong.
to pick just
Can I
three.
say my,
Yeah.
can I say my bong? It's important. I can make a
Well,
pallet. I don't need my bed. We're
yeah.
good.
You need the important things.
You guys are like,
Yes.
it's really hard. And I'm like, I got it.
She rattled
I've been
off three.
thinking about
1,
it.
2, 3.
I've been thinking
You
about
should
it,
get a
actually.
bonus. You can take the bong as a bonus because you answered so quickly.
As I crushed it. Yes.
Check, check, check.
Now who's winning?
You're winning, definitely. Gotta
JC
bring
gets
the
it.
ball.
Yeah, JC's agreeing.
Perfect.
Hey, I
As long
saw
as
you.
one person agrees with me,
Yeah.
like I'm right.
I know Toronto
way
Dave's
that
going to
rule works.
agree too. I know Toronto Dave will agree. Hey, I saw you mention. I saw a tweet of yours the other day. You were watching the Mike Birbiglia's new stand-up. Dude,
Yeah.
I love him. I haven't seen it yet. You said it was really good.
I was drinking wine, which makes me giggly, so that definitely played into it. But I was worried I was gonna wake up my kid. I was laughing so hard. Like on my side, tears running. I had to pause it. And
That's
I
awesome. You got to watch it.
love stand up. I love Mike Birbiglia. I love a comedian that can tell us like it. Mike is great at it. It's the reason that Nate Bargatze is so funny.
I
John
love him
Mulaney,
too.
also
Yep.
very funny.
Yep.
Just excellent storytellers. And Mike Birbiglia, I just almost called him Mike, like we're on a first name basis. Does that great thing where he like back to like he'll go 15-minute rant and then bring it back, and it's so
And it
impressive
all
because
ties
I
together. Yeah.
never remember what I was talking about at the end of a 15-minute rant. Incredible.
I like Joe Coy. I'm a big fan of his. We've seen him a couple times. We have a local casino. It just got built in the last 5 years or so, and they've been getting some pretty big names there. And so it's so close and it's small, it's intimate. And we saw Joe Coy there, and he was really, really good.
One of my buddies just went to see Joe Coy, like literally last week. That's crazy.
Look at that.
I was supposed to go see Nate Bargatze right before COVID hit.
Oh no! I think he's over again though.
I know. I got to do it. He's it's incredible. It's incredible to watch a comedian where like because I curse so much, it's generally an aesthetic that I'm like pulled to when other people swear and swear appropriately and like because I overdo it for sure. I've certainly overdone it in my time. But when it's placed appropriately, and to like watch Nate and he does not swear at all is so impressive to me because he's so funny without the addition of what I find to be some of the funniest words in the human language. So it's incredible. Love it.
You're pretty funny though. You could probably do stand up.
I think I would because I have to like drink and like have a hit and like before I can be personable at all. Otherwise people will be like, this bitch is just mean.
Would you choose a completely different career path if comedy was something that was offered to you?
Man, I don't know. I love to like be at a party or a bar or what like around a group of people and to like be telling a story and realize everybody is like listening and laughing to me or at me or with me, whichever whichever way I've designed it because it's been a lot of ways. And I love like I'll come home and be like, oh, I was funny tonight. Like I will compliment myself. I know I will compliment myself. I don't care. That's the one thing I allow myself is like funny. Stop. I'm funny. So that feels really good, but I don't think I'd ever want to do it I think comedy is kind of like a depraved. I think it's very like self-loathing and like living in a place where like you're constantly looking for like a different angle of something. I think it's a lot more work than people think it is. So I think I'd stick with like getting a good story off at the bar, going home and being like, yeah, you're hilarious.
Funny as shit.
I was on tonight. and then not go out again for 3 months.
Yeah. It's so easy to make someone cry. It's so hard to make someone laugh. So I do agree with you on that.
Oh, yeah.
Linda, you would do well as a comedian.
See,
Susan.
you've already got somebody that
Susan
wants
has my
more of you.
I'm wrapping up the kicker stuff. I'm going on tour.
Oh no! Wait! You can't
You
do
call
that.
Linda.
They will
That's it.
come and they will murder us if
Wendy
we
made
do
me do
that.
it. Wendy and Carla said I should
shit.
quit
I
doing.
don't know Lindel. I've never met her before.
That's your new career, Lindel. That's it. We're done.
Perfect.
You know what is your day job? Because I heard you say something about your boss earlier. What does Lindel do during the day?
Mostly nothing, but I manage a law firm, like an office. I just do
Okay.
I make sure they don't run out of ink and paper, and I answer the phone, and I like stamp shit with my notary. It's pretty late. Like they like record exactly what to say on a little tape, and I put it in my ears word for word. It's like I just it's very easy. But I mean I like my bosses, so, and I work with my mom, who's my favorite person in the world, so
That's
we laugh a
amazing.
lot.
Love it.
We have a pretty good time.
If you could have a conversation with your younger self, what advice would you give her?
Probably just stop work. Like when I was younger, I had this like, I don't care what people think about me, but it was such a mask to like, obviously I cared. And the older I get, the more I'm like, whatever, man. Or like when people, I'm this cup of tea. Sometimes I'm not my own cup of tea. So I get it. But I think I would have told little me, like, you can relax a little bit. Not everybody's going to like you. Because that was it. I wanted it, like in high school, it was I was friends with everybody without having deep, like I had like one really good friend, and then it was just like everybody else. So I think I would be like, just relax a little. You can have like a group of friends. Also, to stop saying that fucking I'm not like other girls line, which now that I'm an adult, I'm like, I hate it. But when I was 13, like sports, I was like, I'm so much different.
Are those
Probably those two things.
Are those lessons that you're teaching your daughter?
Oh, absolutely. Everything that we talk, I'm always like, here's what I lived, and here's like, first of all, if she asks me a question, I'm going to answer it. I'm
Yes.
open with her. She's 9. She's old enough to hear the answer to most questions she asks me. So we do a lot of, like, I remember when there was a phase where everybody was like, well, I don't like Taylor Swift because only girl, and like, I bought into that when Taylor went from, I liked music, I still like country music, but when Taylor went from country to pop, I was like, oh, well, now I can't like her because everybody is telling me that I can't, which is ridiculous. Now I know all of it. Every song, it's a ridiculous amount of songs that I know by one person. And, but that was, I just bought into this. Well, I'm not like other girls. I can't like pumpkin spice, or I can't paint my nails bright red. I still don't do that. I'm firmly black nails, I think, till I die at this point. That's pretty though. I like dark colors on my nails. Makes my fingers look skinny. But I'm very open with her about people are going to say this, or you're going to see this thing. You should know that it doesn't matter. And she's very, being weird is good, and she's pretty much herself. She's pretty confident little tot, which is great. It's exactly what I wanted.
That's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing.
Raising her right.
Yeah, a strong woman. A strong woman. In a different
it was
word.
That, like everybody's like, she looks just like you. She looks just like you. They tell her you look just like your mom. She looks just like you. So I try to be like really cognizant about like looking in the mirror and being like, oh, my hair looks good today, and not being like, oh, what's this fat here and why is that? Because I don't want her to be like just like her, and she doesn't like the way she looks. Then like she might, I don't want that to ever be a complex. I try to be really just be you.
Be yourself. Be amazing.
Yeah.
Swift did a Christmas song. Swift did
we
a
love
Christmas
it. We've been listening.
You heard
it, Christmas music. Oh yeah, we've been listening to Christmas music. There's a Taylor Swift Christmas song and a Justin Bieber Christmas song that have been played. Plus, we just learned about pentatonics.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she is like, way into pentatonics when they were in the Macy's Day Parade. She was like, "Everybody get out of my way." Like, my band's on TV. So yeah.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you had the opportunity, if Taylor Swift were coming somewhere near where you're at in Oklahoma, I bet you would love to take your daughter, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but like she's pretty still because she's 9.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Taylor announced the other day that because I was going to take her to the movie, but
Oh,
we don't even
yeah.
have a movie theater in my town. I live in a pretty small town, no movie theater. And so I looked at the ones closest to us, but they were all that Killers of the Flower Moon, because that happened in the county where I live. And so like everything was showing that. So there was no Taylor Swift showings.
Oh,
But she announced the
wow.
other day that she's going to put it on TV in December so you can stream it. And I'm like, we're going to have a fucking
Perfect.
day. Like,
Oh,
we're going to
yeah.
have a day.
Everybody dress up and
Yeah.
have a party. That's
Yeah.
going to be
Makeup and
awesome.
all yeah. So that's what I was like, that will please her I mean, she'll be thrilled for weeks. So
I
I'm
want to
good with
come. When is it?
I know.
Do you have an airport close to you? Can I get an Uber from the airport?
2 hours is the closest airport. Actually, we have an airport in town, but it doubles as a Mexican food restaurant, and only people that fly to it have like a ton of money in their own airplanes.
Okay, I will not be flying into that airport. Okay,
Really
into
good
that
Mexican food,
taco
though.
strip, whatever you call it.
That's amazing, Linda. I love that. I love hearing that. I have a daughter myself, and I know Wendy have a daughter too. So we love hearing that. It's just amazing. We're raising like
girl moms.
Yeah. I have 2
Carla has
boys.
a son. Yeah, Carla has sons too.
I have
Yep.
2 boys.
I was
man.
one and done myself. So
Yeah. I
Me
have a
too, but salute to
20-year-old,
Carla.
18 and 15. Yeah.
You have a
you look
20-year-old?
amazing to have a. You have
What
a
the
20-year-old. Are you sure?
I have a
You're
20, 18, and 15.
flawless. Stop talking to
Oh,
me.
thank you. Thank you. I
Oh my
appreciate it.
Unfollow right away.
She could have been like, I have a son. I would have been like, that track. She had that baby early. Like, what?
Yeah, I was 9. You can't know my age.
One thing I do want to mention is today is Giving Tuesday. I don't know if everybody's seen that. It was pretty much all over Twitter. I don't think you could have not seen it, but I took a couple of things that I want to read here real quick. Since 2012, millions of people have celebrated Giving Tuesday. It's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. By volunteering, doing good, and donating to causes around the world. According to Giving Tuesday, originally 37 million people participated in some form last year, donating $3.1 billion to charities. So if you're able to, please donate today. I know I did to a couple different organizations that are close to my heart. And the Battle of the Sexes also made their donation today, which was over $5,000. Michael's employer did the employer match. So today is the day to be able to do that. And if you're not in the position, that's okay. Just do something good. Check on a neighbor, check on a friend, just be a good human. So today, and every day should be a giving day, but today is a special day. So Carla, don't you have something going on this weekend?
Yes. So the community I'm part of, we always make events, and I always I'm always part of helping and giving like a hand to people in need. So we're doing Operation Elf this weekend on Sunday from 9 to 12 at the New England Athletic Club in Cromwell. We're collecting gloves, hats, scarves, socks, toys, and gift cards, grocery, and gas cards. If someone is in Connecticut and can join us, that would be great. It's again, it's Operation Elf. It's for children of deployed and financially affected soldiers. You can see it on Twitter as well. So if you can give again for your community, anything can help out, even a hat or a glove, anything can help out. It's really amazing what a small thing can do.
Well, thank you for being a part of that. I know you're really pushing that and very involved with your community, and that really means a lot. So, oh boy, we got Andrew Cooper in the house. Linda, you're bringing all the people. You're bringing the people in, Linda.
Yeah, that's the Coopacabra right there.
And Greg was here earlier too. He
I
was saying,
know I saw Greg hop in too.
yes,
One thing real quick, I know we're gonna be wrapping things up, but we would also like to
yes,
extend our condolences to Tracy Norton on the passing of her mom. Tracy's an important part of this community and was very vital in helping building the Battle of the Sexes tournament. Tracy, we love you and we're here for you. Safe travels to Ireland and let us know if you need anything.
I agree. So sorry for your loss, Tracy.
Yep.
So, Linda, do you have any last words before we wrap up?
Fuck you, Coop.
Okay.
Last week I asked him a start-sit question. He called me annoying, so I'm mad at him
Lindel
anyway.
speaks French tonight.
Thank you guys for having me on. I enjoyed every minute of it. I appreciate it.
Oh my God, the
I
pleasure
loved
is
it.
ours. You know that. We love you too.
Absolutely.
Thank you for agreeing to come here as well. Like, I got to know you, which is awesome. I can't wait to see you this year at the expo and taking some
ma'am.
pictures together.
Yeah,
The Zumba. Don't
I'm
forget
gonna
the
do
Zumba.
Zumba. Wendy, you're doing Zumba if I'm doing Zumba.
You can
You
Zumba.
bet-
I never agreed to that.
Bet your bottom dollar I'll drag your ass to Zumba.
I'll work you out. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. And you are definitely a game changer. Give everyone your Twitter handle, please, and how they can follow you and how they can find you.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Lindelians or Lindel Lions, however you want to pronounce it. I don't really care. You get it when you type it on Twitter. And then my rankings are always yes, Coop. My rankings are always on Matthew Berry's. It's just fantasylife.com. It's you got to go to the rankings and go to the kicker position. But when you log on, it'll be on that week. I'm going to log off here and go work on them right now. So they will be up a little later than usual, but they'll be up before you go to bed tonight.
Awesome.
Unless you're going to bed right now.
I don't think we follow each other, so we will make that happen too. Thank you again for the Sports Affiliation and JC for working so hard to keep this show going. And join us next Tuesday as we welcome our guest Sally Kurjan. Good night, everyone, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Lindell.
Thanks, guys.